you if you are stuck on making a decision because of fear. It's a decision that's big and life-changing. One that you know that if you make it, your life is going to become very different. And you're wanting to move forward, but you're stuck and you're struggling and you really want to know, how can I make this decision? And get rid of the fear that's holding you back from making that decision. Because this is how fear operates. There are 3 mechanisms to fear that keep people stuck. It's protection, to protect you, to prepare you, or to help you persevere. And so when we are stuck in a fear cycle, when you are stuck in fear around making a decision, it's because at an unconscious level, you are using the fear to do these 3 things: to protect you in case something goes wrong, to prepare you in case something goes wrong, or to keep you pushing forward and persevering on the issue or the challenge that you're currently facing. Now, the thing with fear is it's a very low frequency emotion. It sits here below 100 on a scale of emotions. So if you were to look at Dr. David Hawkins' scale of emotions, you would see that fear sits about 4th or 5th from the bottom. Now, when you're stuck in fear, this is what I see in my clients all the time. They think that if I make a change, something bad could happen. If I make a change, what if it doesn't work out? And so the fear is what keeps people trying to feel safe. But here's the issue. You're not just a physical being having a physical experience. You are an emotional, energetic being that is having an experience based on the emotions that you embody every day. And so if you stay stuck in fear and use it to stop you making a decision, you are going to have constant reminders, experiences of the very thing that you are afraid of, because you're bringing it into your reality. But I want to share with you a couple of things in this video that will help you get out of that mindset of using fear as a motivator. First of all, research has shown that over 80% of what you worry about never happens. So that means only 20% of your fear actually occurs. Now, because you're an energetic being, when you decide to move up the scale of emotions and make the courageous decision to make the changes, things are going to start to shift. Here's why. Remember, I said these are emotions. These emotions are energy, they're frequency. When you go, I'm going to change my frequency, I'm going to change my vibration, what you put out starts to affect what shows into your life. The step to get to more love in your life, to get rid of the fear, like in that relationship that you know is really toxic and not good for you, take the plunge to start your business, leave a friendship group even, if you're stuck in a friendship group in a dynamic that doesn't feel good for you, or you're engaging in family dynamics that are constantly triggering you, and until you do your own inner work and get rid of the shame that's underneath or whatever it is, you stay here. But as soon as you make the decision, that is a courageous decision. Energetically, courage sits at 200 hertz. All of a sudden, this is the first of the expanded emotions. This is the first of the emotions that says life is going to start changing. Now, guess what happens when life starts to change, or you start to change internally because you've become more courageous? Where was your frequency field before when it was stuck in fear? It was small and condensed and heavy. All of a sudden your frequency field starts to change and you're now emitting more of positive energy out of yourself, because your frequency is your currency. So now I'm not using fear. I don't need to protect, prepare, or persevere. I am now building courage. Courage builds faith. Faith builds trust. And then guess what starts to happen as you start to shift out of these dense states of emotions? You start to experience better things coming into your lived experience every day, because your vibration is changing. And you can see I'm intermingling the words vibration, frequency, and energy here. But your whole experience of life starts to change because you're no longer using low, dense energy fear to make your decisions. You are using courage, and then from courage starts to become more willingness, more neutrality. These move up: neutrality, willingness, acceptance, and then you start to experience more love. Now tell me this, have you ever met a person that regrets making a courageous decision in their life? Of course not, because as soon as you become courageous, you become brave. And when you become brave, you become vulnerable. And when you're vulnerable, you're open and willing to experience all that life has to offer, the good and the bad. And you don't label it as bad, you just see it as learning experiences and opportunities. So how do you lift your vibration up? Well, one of the things is you just do the thing that is causing you so much fear. You leave the relationship, you go for the career, you do all the things. Or you can lift your vibration by engaging in emotional freedom technique. And if you don't know what that is, go through all of the other videos on this channel and have a look. Because tapping is what shifts your energy and moves you up and out. And if you want to do one-to-one work on this, if you want to make a big courageous decision and you want to calibrate to the energy of courage, come and do some one-to-one work with me. There's links in the comments or in the video description of how to do that. Otherwise, food for thought, go away, be more courageous and start to go after the things that you want in life, because you will never regret that decision at all. See you later. And remember, like and subscribe and share these videos if you got something out of them. See you later. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you like the content that I'm sharing, please remember to like and subscribe and also share it with your loved ones, because someone may benefit. If you haven't yet checked out my podcast on Spotify, please do. Healthy and Healed with Sonja. Otherwise, I look forward to catching you again on the next installment. See you later. Bye.